To bring one of his books for you. So if you guys want, we can still do the drawing, and I'll pass the book on to you. That's your option afterwards. But how many here have actually blogged? Have a blog? How many don't know what a blog is? Hey, I didn't know what tweeting was. Okay, and how many would like to know more about blogging?
That's a good sign.
So how many? How many didn't know that you could make money blogging? How many didn't know you could make a real living at blogging? How about a huge living at blogging? So I don't know if John's going to divulge, but we'll just say that he makes a very, very, very comfortable living at this. How many here actually got on Google and Googled John Chow like I suggested? Anybody? Oh, good. Look at you guys. You are so great. All right, so if you did, those of you that Googled John thought, he makes money doing this? Can anybody go, well, really? Seriously? Okay, so one of the sweet things was when I announced that John was going to come here, he went on to Costa Mesa Connectors and joined. So thank you, John, for doing that and being part of our little organic homegrown group. And he put a video. Did anybody see the video that he put on Costa Mesa Connectors? So it's Sally, his little girl, and I'm going to let him tell his own stories. But if you really get it and you watch that video of John with his little girl around the lake, I get to spend Saturdays with him. And how many of you here are either from SMMOC or know what that is? A few of you. Okay, what that is that's our local social media group that's put on by Bob Watson in Costa Mesa. So I'm sorry Bob's not here today, but he will be speaking. We thought next month for Facebook, but I took a survey poll, and everybody voted for John Labonte first because it may be the last time John Labonte is speaking. So if you don't know who John Labonte is, you'll want to be here. He usually pulls a crowd of 500 to 600 people. So we're going to have him next month, so second Friday every month, and then the month after that, we're going to do Facebook with Bob, who's SMMOC, and Stacy, which the people that know those two will agree that that's going to also be a very good meeting. So with that social media, it's important to have in your arsenal important people. And I got to tell you, John's in my top 10. And I may know 1,000 people personally in LinkedIn, but John is one of the most truest, down-to-earth people. He moved here from Canada, and every Saturday we go, and he does a sponsor lunch. I don't want to pay for everybody's lunch. But he invites everybody to come and have lunch with Irvine. So this is what it really is. You guys remember, if you were here when Brian Elliott was here, how he made the doors open? That's what we're doing. We're opening doors to people that can really tell you what it is and how to be more successful in what you do. So without further ado, John, thank you. I'm so humbled that you came and did this for us. You really are a trooper, a great guy, an inspiration, and coach them and give them the little tidbits of how they can get moving in that.
Okay, well, thank you. First of all, I'm not used to this kind of format. Generally, no slide projectors, no mic, no nothing. So it is really hard to demonstrate some of the more technical stuff I do. So what I figured I'll just do is I'll just tell you some stories and how I started and how I got to where it is. And generally, I think that's more interesting than just a bunch of graphs and stuff anyway. So I was born, I'm from Vancouver, but I was born in a small farming village in mainland China. And back then, China wasn't the big mega powerhouse it is today. And my house that I grew up in was all made from just all brick. Built from my great-great-grandfather. Doesn't have any windows at all, so you don't have to worry about anyone blocking up your view. And we had no electricity, no running water, a well from a bucket, and cooking was done by an open fire. And my family immigrated to Vancouver when I was 7 years old, and I lived in what's called the downtown east side, which is the poorest neighborhood in all Canada. Right? And so that's basically my background. So I didn't came from money, I didn't came from a relatively non-affluent family. And one of the reasons I took to my success is a lot of people, you look at a childhood where you come from basic poverty, and when I was growing up in downtown Eastern Vancouver, a lot of people say, my childhood must have sucked. And I think I never saw it that way. If you look at, yes, life in downtown East Side was hard, but you compare that to life in a small farming village in mainland China, it's a big improvement.
Oh, yeah.
So, a lot of success is based on mindset. When you look at a problem, do you see a problem or do you see an opportunity? Right? I only saw opportunities growing up, and that had a lot to do with my dad. He basically told me that life was nothing but a bunch of opportunities. And one reason, he spent all his life trying to move us to a different country was so I could have better opportunities than he did. And, he said that in Canada, or the United States, North America, I could go up to be anything I want. And of course, he wanted me to be a doctor. Yeah, typical Asian family always want their kids to be doctors. So, these days my dad has no idea what I do. He just tells his friends that I sit in front of a computer and money comes in.
This isn't too far from the truth.
It's not too far from the truth, that's true. So, I've always been entrepreneur in nature. Right? I held down a job for a grand total of 8 months of my entire life. That's how long I actually worked at a job. My first job was at McDonald's, and I lasted 4 hours before I quit. Because I totally respect the people who can work at McDonald's, because I just can't do it. And my second job, I was a phone solicitor for a carpet cleaning company, and I lasted about 2 weeks before they fired me. And then my last job, I was selling car audio for A&B Sound in Vancouver. And they're no longer around, probably because of me. And about 7 months later, they fired me from that job, and since then, I concluded that working sucks, and I never did it again. So since then, I've just been an entrepreneur, starting businesses, buying businesses, selling businesses, that kind of stuff. And when it comes to starting businesses, I have a few very specific rules in mind, and they came upon from my first business venture, which I did when I was 16 years old. I decided to hold a dance, and a Valentine's Day dance. And I think during Christmas, some friends of mine held it down to the small ballroom, a small little church hall. And we wanted to do a much, much bigger production. Right? And I was the quality manager. So I rented the grand ballroom of the downtown Regency Hotel. Rented a ton of DJ equipment, and I hired security and everything. And we were going to hold like 400 people there. And don't know how we can do it, but we just said, let's just do this. It's fun. If we lose money, then we lose money. So, looking back at it, first of all, I'm really surprised the ballroom actually rented the ballroom to us. So, because we were 16 years old, and honestly, we didn't have any way to pay for it. Just dance flop, and we owed like $2,000 for rental of the hall and everything else. So, no advertising whatsoever. Just put it on some ticket. I gave it to some of the publishers in school and told them to, sell tickets for me, and these guys got free tickets. So, on the night of the dance, the ballroom normally has a coat check, but on that night, no hotel personnel was running it. So I told my brother if he can just go with the coat check. And he said, why? I go, well, nobody's there and people want to hang up their coat, so just go charge them 50 cents or something. So he gets in there and starts charging people 50 cents, and people hang up their coat. At first he just goes, do I get a ticket? Nah, I know who you are. After about 10 codes, you figure, I need a number, this is something else. So after about 10 codes, he gets the number system going, and then he raises the price to $1. After a little while, he started disallowing people from hanging up 2 coats on the same hanger. And then after that, he goes to the security guy at the entrance of the ballroom and tells him, don't let anyone into the dance room until they hang up their coats. And then he raises the price to $2. So when it was all done, and we got the money together, added it all up, after deducting the cost of the ballroom, the DJ equipment, the music licensing fee, security, we came away with a net profit of $50. So at least we didn't lose money, and we celebrated our windfall by going to dim sum the next day. And we were actually very, very proud that we actually made money in our first business venture. We did good, right? At least we were happy once we found out my brother made about $300 hanging up coats. And so that was my lesson that day. You know, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So sure, it sounded good to tell everyone that, you know, we made $3,000 in a dance. But it didn't sound so impressive after you told me it cost $2,950 to do it. In the meantime, you know, my brother's $300, your profit, but this cost was zero. So what I do now is when I start a business, I pretty much started with zero. And that's why I got into blogging. If you look at blogging as a business model, the cost is literally nothing. You got a cost of a domain name, which is $10. Web hosting can be had for as low as $4 a month. You know, for less than $100 a year, you can actually have a full-fledged blogging business that, in my case, makes $500,000 a year. I started my blog in December of 2005. Blogging was just in back then, and I wanted to find out more about it. So I figured the best way to learn this stuff is simply to do it. You know, Mike said he just go full-fledged and see how it comes up. Prior to December 2005, I've been online since 1998. I made all my money online since 1998. So I had a bunch of technology sites that reviewed technology products, and they made his money by selling advertising. The blog was started off as a personal thing to update friends and family on what was happening in my life. I still got families in China, I got relatives in Toronto and Vancouver, so it's a way for them to log in and see what's happening with the Vancouver family. But one thing the blog did allow me to do is it allowed me to talk about my other business ventures that was online. And I was able to, so I used it as an outlet to talk about internet businesses and how I monetize internet businesses. And it was actually those blog posts that started attracting a readership. Because, you know, this kind of stuff is pretty interesting. So I started getting a lot of emails about, hey, can you come take a look at my site and give me some tips on how I can better get traffic to it, maybe rearrange the look to make it a little more attractive, or attract more advertisers, that kind of stuff. And as blogging got bigger, because I caught a upswing in blogging, the question started shifting to, can you, instead of looking at my site, can you look at my blog? Or how would I go about monetizing a blog? Like, you know, what would I do? So I started shifting the blog post over to, you know, well, if I'm going to monetize a blog, I would do this, and this. And going along great, but at this time, you know, my blog never made any money because it's a personal blog. So one day I get an email from some reader, and it basically went along the line of, you know, you talk a great blog, you know what I mean, you talk a great talk about making money by blogging, but, you know, your blog makes no money. So, well, why should I listen to you? Because that was the gist of the letter. He had a point, you know, I mean, at that time, John said that probably was my only blog, and I'm talking about how to make money by blogging, but the blog didn't make no money. So, in September of 2006, I decided to turn the blog into an income case study. So what I would do is every month, I would monetize the blog, and at the end of every month, I would post how much traffic the blog got and how much money the blog made, and what I did to make that money. And you can follow along in this case study. And the goal of the case study was basically to make full-time income with part-time blogging. Now, I define full-time income as $3,000 a month, number I put out on my head, and part-time blogging as 2 hours a day. I figure if you can make $3 grand a month on a couple hours a day, you know, you're not rich. But now you have choices. Because this money is on top of your regular job or your regular business. So that was the goal of the case study, and basically every month I was just posting information and they follow along until we hit that goal. So prior to September 2006, the blog made absolutely zero, nothing. First month in September, the blog pulled down about $350 to $1, and 4 months later we hit the $3,000 per month barrier or goal. After that, I decided, well, let's pull out all the stuff and see what happened if we really try to monetize the blog and really try to make money from it. Because I really wasn't expecting it to hit it that fast. And I can interested in it myself, saying, well, you know, this has your potential. Let's see what happens if we actually crank it up. So the case study continued, and the income kept going up. And the cool thing about that case study was it actually helped build my leadership, because this stuff was interesting to people. And the funny thing was, the thing about the internet is all based on traffic. The more traffic you get, generally, the more money you make. And so here's the thing. When more people came to the blog, you made more money. which posted a higher income report, which I got to go through to the blog, which made more money, which posted a higher income report. So it kind of fed on itself. And so after 2 years, the blog was up to $40,000 per month. And at that point, I topped the case study on advice from my accountant and and also my advertisers. They said, we don't want you to do how much we're paying you, so can you just not put that in there? So, and they said, I think you're pretty much doing it. You can make money by blogging anyway now. So the case study stopped. And even up to today, it still only takes me a couple hours a day to run the blog. In terms of time commitment, actually blogging is actually the most time-intensive thing I do because it's the only thing that actually requires me to actually do the work. I mean, I do have other writers and stuff, right? But I actually do update the blog myself. All the other stuff that I have online runs by itself and automatically. So, blogging, most people use the blog, either to promote their business or themselves to get additional jobs or stuff like that. I use my blog to actually just make money right from the blog. And by doing that, instead of using the blog to say, get consulting work or get speaking engagement, my thing is like time versus money. Okay? And the whole thing is, you want a lot of time, So my paradigm is basically and this is not the reason I don't do consulting, I don't work at a job, because I don't trade hours for dollars. And just like, I think in terms of ways to produce income, I just think it's extremely inefficient. Right? It's very limiting because you only have 24 hours in a day, and you can only charge so much. Right? So I like to leverage systems that have worldwide open, like that. The blog is out there. In order to make more money, I just got to charge a bigger readership. Right? Like if it makes this much with 100,000 readers, it makes twice as much as 300,000 readers. Okay? But the amount of time input is still the same for me. So, and also, so that's one thing. The cost, the time requirement, a lot less. Extreme leverage, and the cost of startup is very, very little. So basically, the key to making money on the internet is actually very, very simple. It's all a matter about driving traffic and then monetizing this traffic. That's all it is. If you look at any sites out there, that they have traffic, and then if you go in to monetize it. And the more traffic you have, potentially the more money you make, the more valuable you are. Like, what makes Facebook such a valuable company is because they have 800 million users and they're driving billions of page views every single day. And now you don't need to get the size of a Facebook to make a good living at this. Now, depending on how you monetize the traffic, you don't even need that much traffic at all. For example, the average blog gets about a couple of thousand page views per day, just that. And if you're just monetizing with, let's say, a Google ad, which is what most bloggers would do, you'll probably make maybe $1 or $2 a day, which is really not enough to live on, obviously. But if you can be more efficient and take that same 1,000 or 2,000 readers per day and sell them a product that's worth a lot more money, all you need is a few sales per day, and suddenly that reader, or the average reader, instead of being worth only like 25 cents to you, suddenly worth like $5, $10, $20 to you. Like in my case, anyone that subscribes to my newsletter, because once they subscribe to my newsletter, I push them through an automatic sales funnel. And this is what I mean, I wish I could have all slides that show how my blog is automated, but basically when someone comes to my blog, they'll come to my blog from either a search engine. So here's an overview of my business model. Someone search information on how much is it blogging? Let me talk about make money by blogging on Google. They will find me, because I'm on page 1 for many of the search terms for blogging for money, make money blogging, make money online. I'm on page 1. So they're going to see me, they're going to click on my blog, and that's my traffic source. So I spend $0 for acquiring traffic. So they come to my blog, and the first thing they're going to see is they're going to get a big splash page. And basically it's a big pop-up, and it's a download my free ebook on how to make money by blogging, enter your name and email address. So you kind of know it. You got to actually physically print it off in order to read the content. So I only cookie them once. So if they only get it once in their lifetime, unless they create a cookie or they use a different browser, because I know it's very, very annoying. But it works. It gets people to opt in. So they sign up for my newsletter. They get the ebook, and the ebook is designed to, build my brand, establish me as an authority, and recommend stuff. So after they get that, they'll also get a series of emails over the next 7 weeks, and these emails are designed to do just that, establish me as an authority, establish a relationship between me and them. Because, what you do here, you establish a relationship. But, you can only do so many people here, right? And I'm doing the same thing, it's just I'm doing it on a much bigger scale, and I don't do it face-to-face, but these emails that goes out to these people are designed to do the same thing. Build a relationship, establish me, establish trust, and recommend products. So, over the course of the email, there'll be stuff I recommend from basically, let's get you started let's get set up a blog for you, and I'll also set up a blog, and I would help them register a domain name. I would recommend various ad networks they can join. I recommend various traffic sources they can tap into. I recommend various products and services. Some of them are free, some of them cost money, and for those that cost money, chances are I get a commission from the stuff that I recommend. So that's affiliate marketing. And if someone goes to the entire sales funnel and buys everything that I recommend, I would make over $1,000 off that person. Of course, that's not going to happen. Some people may actually don't do anything. Some people may actually set up a blog and set up a blog through one of my sponsors, in which case I would make $100 bucks with them. But overall, I found that every time someone signs up to my email list, I make $10 off them, and I get 200 signups per day. So that's basically my entire source. And this system, the blog, the email setup, the sales funnel, it's all automated. And the cool thing is, today, most of this software that does all this stuff is free, or available for very, very nominal cost. Back when I was started back in 1988, I would have to actually write all this stuff myself, right? Or I would have to hire someone to do this myself, because there was no blogging software, there was no content management system, there was no email list service. And it would cost thousands of dollars. But today, WordPress is totally free. You can download it for nothing. And the email list software only costs like $19 a month and stuff like that. So extremely, extremely cheap. So that's my business model. Now, so my source of traffic is the blog. I send the traffic, and then I monetize the traffic. Now, for someone who doesn't have a traffic source, and the idea, of course, you should build your traffic source yourself. But for someone who doesn't have a traffic source, what you can do is you can leverage another traffic source. And an example of how some of my friends do this is that they would basically, they would go to Facebook or they go to LinkedIn, and then just do searches for groups. And they were looking for groups like these ones that have, So, the local group, the local people will, a big group, like a big thousands of members in a group. And so you go to Facebook, you go to LinkedIn, you type in, say, fitness, and you see all these groups for fitness, abs, muscles, workouts, aerobics, whatever, right? So, you see groups of some of the groups are 10,000 plus, 30,000 plus, over 100,000 plus members. And the LinkedIn group, on social media, with 380,000 members in it. So, what he'll do, or what my friend would do is, he would contact the owner of the group, and they'll ask him, how are you monetizing the group? And 99% of the time, they're going to say, what do you mean? I go, it's just a group I started, they built up to 50,000 members, but I don't know how to do it. We just talk and chit-chat, post on the wall, and that kind of stuff. And then they say, well, let's talk. So basically, they would help the owner of the group, make money by marketing to the group. So instead of building his own traffic source, he basically finds a traffic source. So in this case, in the last case he did was basically a fitness group. Exactly, he found a fitness group on Facebook, had 38,000 members, fantastic engagement. You look at Facebook, you see it showed the members, and then you see people talking about it. That's the engagement level. So you look at that. The average group would have less than 1% engagement. This particular group has 10% engagement. So there's like 38,000 people, 3,800 people talking about it. So you just get together with the owner of the group and say, how are you monetizing it? And the owner goes, I just started the group. So let's talk. I'll make you a fitness product, say 30 days of rock hard abs. And you can market to the group. And we'll say it's written by you, we'll put your name on it, and we'll help you build up an email list, we'll monetize this group. Sounds good to the owner. So what he already does is he just sends it, but he doesn't actually write the content himself. He just gets the private label content. So, and private PLR, private label rights. Basically, it's ebooks, courses, videos that allows you to basically just put your name on it, private label it. So, and all he does is he goes to Google, looks up fitness, PLR, in the search, and then all this PLR article shows up that he can buy for like $8, or $8 for all these articles. So he'll buy one, he'll just do it, put it, change the name, change the cover, and then they will market it to the group, and the group with that much engagement, so sell it for whatever price, and they just took the money with the owner and himself, once he does. So that's a perfect example of how someone basically who can't develop their own traffic, basically just find a group to do it. Another way to do it is basically if you have your own product or you have a great product, whether it's a coaching program, like there's a lot of coaches or consultants here. Right? So instead of consulting with a client on a one-on-one basis and charging them X amount per hour, you can definitely develop some kind of online course, whether it be get in front of a video camera, just film yourself doing a course, writing an ebook or hiring a ghostwriter to do it, or just finding a PLR and just putting your name on it. So you have this product, you have an information product, and I love information product because A, there's no cost of goods sold, it's virtual, and the delivery mechanism is automatic. There's no need for shipping and handling, that kind of stuff. And the software is already out, the infrastructure and the software is already out there for you to use. And it's inexpensive, very, very inexpensive. So you build the simple product, say whatever it is that you specialize in, that you are a known authority for, but you don't have anything to sell it. So what you do is simple. You leverage people with big lists. That's it. Like I get emails all the time with people, who develop a new product, and they would say, would you market it to your list or your readership in exchange for commission? So that's one way, one I'm going to be promoting soon is for a guy, basically he developed an iPhone video course, the new iPhone 4 has a fantastic video capability. So he did a bunch of 5-minute, 10-minute videos showing how to use the iPhone to do video, like how to frame, the various features and stuff. Anyone could have done this. Basically he just put it on an iPhone and just talk. And he's going to sell this course for $97. It's a membership course, and basically he's offering me 70% commission. And the cool thing about the information product, because the cost of goods sold is zero, you can offer an extremely high commission and still make money on it. Yeah, sure, he's giving me 10% of money, keeping 30%. But that's still better than 100% of nothing, because he has no traffic source. So he contacted me a bunch of other big bloggers. So he basically searched for bloggers, who talked about video marketing or video or Bible marketing or social media marketing, and asked them, I have this great course, he gave me a login, I looked at it, it's good stuff. So I'll promote it to my list, and I can help him promote it, and he can get money from it. Leveraging other people's traffic. But ideally, the best way is to develop your own traffic. And he's doing that too because when he sells this course, and he's getting his 30% share of the $97, but he's also building up his own waiting list of his own customers now. So, and over time, he's going to establish a nice size list that he can use to market additional stuff. Like, as a follow-up in additional videos, now he can also use it to pitch them products. Like, and saying there's different accessories for the video camera, like the lens attachment, travel gear, that kind of stuff. So And he's doing quite well with it. And, you know, basically, I didn't actually know who he was or anything. And nobody actually know who he is because he's not a famous blogger. But he basically developed his own product, and they just found people to help them market it. So that's basically networking the best thing. So that's basically what I do. I generate traffic, and like I said, right now, for me, most of the traffic comes to my blog. But I do what I talked about. Basically, I will buy traffic. And if I find a product that I like to promote, that pays a lot of money, I would set up a landing page for it, and send traffic there, and I would just buy the traffic, and the goal, of course, is to make more money than the cost of your traffic. And that's easier said than done. It takes a lot of experimentation, but generally, what we do in this case is say it's a weight loss product, or dating product, best example. You know, Match.com has an affiliate program where if you refer someone to Match.com, they will give you $30 as a headhunting fee. So, all you gotta do is get the traffic there. How do you get the traffic? If you don't have a dating blog, ideally you have a dating blog, and Match.com is one of your recommended dating resources. So if you don't have that, a lot of people did. They would buy advertising on Google, or they'll buy it on Plenty of Fish, which is the biggest online food dating site in the world. And they will buy the ad, and they will send the ad to Match.com with their affiliate link. And what they're doing, they're hoping that if it costs them 10 cents per click, and they get $30 when someone signs up, they're hoping that 1 in 300 people sign up. And if they get 2 in 300, hey, they double their money. That's good. So what they'll do is they'll set up a budget of, say, $20 a day so they don't get killed. So then they will buy the advertising, and they'll spend $20 a day, and all the while they'll be monitoring, and they'll just be tweaking the ad, and the whole object, of course, is to get over the threshold. And once you get over the threshold, you just crank the budget to unlimited and just let it go. And so I do have friends who will spend $10,000 a day doing this kind of stuff. So they're spending $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 a day, hoping to make $11,000, $21,000, $22,000, $30,000. And that's what they do. And they'll charge it on the Amex Fund Plus because they get 1.5% cash back. And when you're charging like $100,000 a month, that's $15 a month just in cash back alone, so that's not too bad. So I personally have a big problem with that kind of business model myself. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I don't know if everyone gets it, but my problem is that doing that is not, I don't consider that a true business. It's fun. It's like gambling because you're rolling the dice, just seeing if you can make money doing this. But the biggest problem with that kind of business model is that you're spending money or using your blog to send traffic to someone else's website, and you're not getting that customer yourself. So, and if you look, most businesses, new customer acquisition is the most expensive thing. So I look, and an example of that, my bank back in Vancouver, they, at one point, we ran a promotion that if you're a new customer, you set up an account, they will give you like a Kindle. $199. So they're willing to pay $200 to acquire a new customer. Because, they know once you get a customer, they're going to have over long term to get that money back. So when you're doing this type of marketing where you're just sending traffic to, say, Match.com, and not being able to get that person yourself, you're basically spending all the upfront money to acquire a customer for somebody else. And then Match will now be able to sell them stuff over and over and over again. So in my case, what I do is I like to build up my own customer list. So when I do that type of marketing where I'm sending traffic to someone else, usually what I do is I would put a pre-page before I send them off to Match, and I would capture the email address on the pre-page, and then I would send them to Match.com. This way I get the customer as well. And then I can market to them. Because I know that each person going to my list is worth $10 to me. So if I didn't have that list, then the blog would make nowhere near what it makes today. So that's my business model, and the best thing about working online is the freedom it actually gives you. And the reason I'm down here is because I have the freedom of location. The reason we moved down here was because basically my wife wanted a more warmer climate. and she tasked me with the job of finding a new place where to live. So I nailed it down to either here or Hawaii. Right, so last year we spent a month down here. We rented a house on Newport Beach and spent a month down here to check it out. And then we spent a couple of weeks in Hawaii to check that out. And while I concluded that Hawaii had a bit better climate, I chose here because it's not like 5,000-mile trip every time I go back to the mainland. So, but the thing is, working online allows me the freedom to do this because it doesn't matter where I am in the world, as long as I have a computer or as long as I have access to the internet, I can update my blog, I can check all my campaigns and stuff, and I can make money. And, before Sally started school, now that she's in school, we had to be pretty much stay at one place. Before that, we were just traveling around all over the place.
Here's a story about Sally.
Yeah, the thing about Sally is that, before Sally was born, and my wife and I found out this girl, so what I did was when we were choosing names for her, so it's a girl, so find a name for her. So one thing I did was, before we named her, I made absolutely sure that her domain name was available before we named her.
Seriously.
So, So, I presented my wife with a list of names and said, choose one. And she goes, how do you selected these names? I go, wow, they're popular. Sound cute. And domain is available.
So what you guys have to get is, his name is John Chow. How many John Chows do you think there are in the world? So for him to be number one John Chow, do you guys get it? So he got the value of getting the domain name for his daughter before she was born. And what did you post on her
her blog was started before she was born.
Yeah.
Right. You can watch it at sallychow.com. And the first blog post was a picture of an Elsa statue. And the title says, I'll be live soon. Now, her blog has been updated 3 months before she was born, and updated until now she's 5 years old. So her entire life has been documented. And then she might go with basically just turn it over to her, and then she would have a blog, I guess, from beginning to right on to the end, I suppose. And I think actually pretty cool gift to give a kid, because she can look back at her timeline, her life. I did this when I was 1 year old. I look like this and that kind of stuff. So that.
Why don't you sell that to everybody?
Right.
The idea of starting a blog.
Oh, yeah. That'd be great. Yeah. But all, John, we'll start working on it. We'll find pregnant women.
That's basically, if you don't own your own domain name, or you don't own your name, you really should. You really should. And if your name's taken, that's for example, right? Chances are your name's probably taken, but if you have a unique name, if you have a more common name and stuff, but you should definitely own your own domain name, for branding purposes. A lot of what I do is branding, because I brand myself, I brand the blog, logos and everything, and so that's how you get your name out there, and and so I had one time, I did receive an email from a realtor who was named Chow, and he wanted to offer to buy my name for his realtor site, and they said, I'll give you $100 for it. I didn't read my blog, right? So but the main advantage is that I can do this from anywhere in the world. Before Sally started school, we had a lot more freedom to travel, and there was 1 year where we spent over 100 days away from Vancouver. We were just traveling all over the world, and we spent a month in China, and even behind that great firewall that's China, I was still able to get through it and work online, and actually during that month I actually posted a record income, even though I was away from home. So, and this is the reason I don't really do physical product, like all my products are information products, and this reason I don't do consulting or have clients, because they're in one place and I don't want to be in one particular place. So I just create systems that make money. So basically I would have time to, like in my video, go on a Wednesday afternoon, go to a park, and we're the only one there because everyone else is at work. So that's basically my story, and if you guys want to stick around, I'd love to answer any question or more technical question you have. Well, actually, I do have a resource. When I spoke to the Urban Entrepreneurs Forum, I think a week ago, I set up a resource page with about 17 videos on there, and it's videos, the more technical videos on how to do certain stuff that I just kind of explain here because I don't have the equipment. but jclink.me/IEF for Irvine Entrepreneurs Forum. And go to there, it will forward you to a page, and on there, there will be a bunch of links and resources that you can go to for setting up a blog, setting up domain name, various links to ad network traffic sources, and about 70 different how-to videos that I've set up there you can use and watch the blog and learn from it.
John, will you put that link on Costa Mesa Connector for us? Will you just throw
I can close it, yeah. So basically, jclink.me, johnchowlink.me/IEF. So any questions?
Questions? Anybody have questions? Questions? Has anybody? Go ahead, Steve.
I'm just wondering, how do you find out for affiliate marketing, how much different companies pay?
The cool thing about the affiliate marketing model is that you just go to the affiliate network. Like best example would be, well, one of the best known, Amazon.com is the originator of the affiliate marketing model. They actually hold a patent on the affiliate marketing model. They never enforced it, because it's probably not enforceable, but they actually hold a patent on it. And back then it was called the Amazon Associate Program. And they became affiliate marketing that everybody uses. But it's generally just listed on the website. In the Amazon case, anywhere from 4 to 8% for what you get. But there are hundreds of affiliate networks out there. Amazon being one, CJ.com is another one. Linkshare is another one. CJ and Linkshare deal with most of the Fortune 500 companies, but Office Depot has an affiliate program, Cisco has an affiliate program, Dell has an affiliate program, and they usually run through these networks. Most companies don't handle their own affiliate program. They have a network do it for them because they don't have the experience, don't have the technical know-how or the software to power all this stuff, so they use a network to do it. So the network is the in-between between you and the company. And usually, generally, the commission rate is stated on the ad network when you join. Now, what is stated on the ad network's website, you can always get a higher rate. If you can prove that you can drive volume, you can just contact your affiliate manager and say, I'm doing this sales volume of this, I want a higher commission. For example, my web host, which is HostGator, they have an affiliate program. When you refer someone to HostGator and they sign up for a web hosting account, they'll give you a $50 head-on fee. And then HostGator web hosting account starts about low as $4, $5 a month. So HostGator will wait 10 months to get their money back, and they'll give you $50. And according to their analytics or their matrix, they know that the average customer will stay this long, so they'll make it even though they're front loading it. But it's not $50, and the more people you can refer, the more money they'll pay you. And if you can refer 21 people per month, they'll pay you $125, up to $125, right? But in my case, I just contacted them and I said, I want a higher rate, because I know I can refer you more than 21 people per month. So they give me a higher rate, and then I said, I don't want to pay for my server. So they give me 2 dedicated servers for free, and I get more than $125 every time I refer someone. So that's one of the things I do, and actually that's a pretty good money maker for me, because people come to my blog, they want to know how to make money by blogging, and they go, well, you need a blog, so that means you need to put it somewhere. Well, my web host is HostGator, they host my blog, they can host your blog. They've never gone down on me. Great customer service. I call them, someone's always on the line, and they give me a coupon code. You use my coupon code, it gives you 25% off the prices already. So you can get your blog up for $3.71 a month. So they sign up. I make more than $125, and HostGator, and they get a blog set up. And after they sell a blog, then I can say, you need that, you need this, you're gonna need this, and so on down the line. $1,000 later, they're happy, I'm happy, everyone's happy.
This recession, over the last 4 years?
Yeah, for me it is. Because, usually during a recession, people are worried about their job, they're worried about the business, so they're looking for something else to do, part-time, and they're looking for blogging. You can do this part-time. Something, and low startup cost, and you can do this part-time, So they're looking for something to supplement their income or hopefully replace their income. So during the recession, I actually done quite well. So people are searching for how to make money online, how to make money blogging, and they're finding me. And the entire affiliate marketing industry, as a matter of fact, is going gangbusters. Like last January, I was at a Consumer Electronics Show, and at the same time as Consumer Electronics Show was also the Affiliate Summit, which is the affiliate industry trade show. They have the same time, so I went to both shows. And I was walking to CES, and basically just seeing the party invites I did at the CES. So I go to the CES party, and then I go to an affiliate summit party, and the CES party are more laid back now, but because their budget's been cut back severely. But on the affiliate marketing side, the party is nuts. It's totally, completely nuts. Like they're spending money like no tomorrow. It's hilarious sometimes. Like some of the advertisers I deal with, basically I don't even have to give them any reporting. Like Epic, direct from an advertiser, when I just talk to them, I say, yeah, you want us to buy some ad space? And they just say, well, what you got for me? I can give you this and this for $1,000 a month. And they go, okay. And it's just like that. And even to this very day, I have to add up. They never ask me. They never ask me one small report. They never ask me. They don't check it out. Like they didn't. The link. They didn't even put down a tracking link so they can see how many people convert. They just look at the epicdirect.com. So they didn't even bother tracking it. Basically, they just put their ads up there just to be associated with me. And so it's the industry itself is going gangbusters. I mean, they're riding a mixed show now. Yes.
Last year, I bought a book called Get Rich Quick.
Yes, I know him. Yeah.
I think on the very first page or the second page, it had a restriction that those affiliate sites are legal in California and Canada. You know, are there any other restrictions?
That's called the Amazon tax, and yeah, what it is like Amazon is killing this. Basically, sales tax is collected on the state that you operate in. If you sell something out of state, there's no sales tax. That's how it normally works, right? So when we buy something on Amazon, there's no sales tax because Amazon is based in Washington State. But the government this year is so desperate for money, they conclude that, those affiliates that you guys have in California, we're going to consider them as a retail store. So therefore, Amazon, you need to charge sales tax in California. And Amazon is saying, they're not a retail store. They're just affiliate. They don't have any. We do the transaction. We do the processing, that kind of stuff. They just refer people to us. But one state has already passed this law, and they basically no, we consider them like Starbucks coffee. So therefore, if you sell something to that state, you need to charge sales tax. So, and in the case of Amazon, the biggest affiliate of Amazon is Amazon. Now, Amazon has most sales. I mean, the affiliate is incremental income to them. Right? So, given a choice, to kill off all the California affiliates or charge sales tax, Amazon's going to kill off the affiliates. That's just incremental income. Because Amazon, the biggest producer Amazon is Amazon themselves. So that's what they do. And right now they're all appealing that, and they've been given a 1-year reprieve, 1 year to trial. So right now you can still be an Amazon affiliate. So as an affiliate, what you can do is if Amazon does kill off all the Amazon affiliates, well, basically that means you can't sell Amazon stuff anymore. So what you could do is you could just use a different address from outside California and visit the next. Like in my case, it doesn't affect me because my business is still in Vancouver. Anything else?
So, quick question. How many would be interested in doing a lunch thing on a Saturday with John? So if you are, pass my cards around. John doesn't have his cards with today, but what's your email address?
John Chow at johnchow.com.
Okay, and how many here are on LinkedIn? Okay, so who's new here for the first time? Okay, so basically what this card does is this was my way of teaching semi-formal platforms. We are the sister of Laguna Niguel. How many know who Laguna Niguel Connectors is? So basically having that group of 10 and going around, but we added this. And the purpose of this is so that when you meet somebody here, you're not just collecting cards, you're building relationships. So what John's done is literally to extend his hand out the way he did. That's why I said, when you want to know a true human being, there's few of them in the world. John's one of them. Literally, we all get together after another meeting that we go to in Costa Mesa. We go to Irvine, the name of the restaurant we go to. And it's off of Barranca
and West Yolu.
And we just sit out front of the patio. And Oscar's there, Ed comes. I mean, you guys.
We do a video too.
You guys get it? You guys get it?
Yeah, we do a video and then we post it on my blog. It's one of my way to create content. So I have fun creating content. Like I said, that's actually work, I suppose. So the advantage to you is that you get to, the good news, you get to pitch yourself on video, and then it goes on my blog, which is great with 200,000 people every day. So it's a good way for you to give yourself some exposure as well. It doesn't cost you anything. You can enjoy lunch, you get to hang around with other bloggers, like-minded people. It's a good way to network and just chill and have some fun.
So what would somebody charge who makes the kind of money that John does to do a consultation? And what John told you over and over and over, he don't do it, and the reason he don't do it is he likes his freedom. So when you can meet somebody like John that this is what he does it for a living, but he does it because he loves it, it's who he is, you can come have lunch with us and hang out. I kid you not. They're all the most amazing people, and what do we have, maybe 12, 15 of us will show up. This is like the best kept secret, literally, in my opinion, in Orange County. It's free, but it's not free. The value in that is priceless. What's the name of the restaurant? You know what? Just send me a text. I'm a big texter, if everybody knows that. Send me a text, and I'll get it from John. Also, John gave it, so John Chow.
JohnChow.com.
JohnChow@johnchow.com. So if you are on LinkedIn, he'll accept your LinkedIn. But my point is, that's what these are for. So if you met somebody, you're not passing around a card. What is a card worth with what? Is it worth a penny, the name of it? It's the relationship. So when you meet somebody, the whole point is, are you going to email them? Are you going to do a one-on-one? Are you going to connect with them on LinkedIn? This is a huge opportunity for you to build relationships.